a smaller version of that at Home Goods.
Plays through. Yeah, it actually it kicks the sound pretty good too.
Does it?
If it's probably not best in this space, but like if you have like a smaller room,
Yeah.
it gets loud.
Like a good party.
Yeah. It's kind of like good dining room.
Yeah.
Like you put it in like if you're got people over, you're just having dinner, hanging out.
I love that. That's like a good piece of technology. It's just wood and metal.
Yeah,
like,
it's literally just a wood hole. Like there's a whole wood with 2 holes in it, and the speaker plays through it and spits it out there.
And then
The sound carrier.
it's probably better than a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, no question, no question. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
That's
works.
awesome. Sweet. All right, so we're back at the Raycroft household, huh?
Yes.
I mean, well,
Welcome.
you're
Welcome.
always-
I'm here.
Thank you.
Most of the time I'm here. But yeah, we got
Got a few decorations.
little Halloween. Yeah, Halloween mode here. Certainly, we could turn the camera out front. You would see the random little snakes and things out on the that my kids pulled off. So yeah, they're
If we
pumped.
were recording when I showed
Oh,
up,
that would've been
I
perfect.
reached down to grab a package that was on your front porch, and it was a friggin' snake. Plastic, but I still don't trust those ones.
You never know.
Even in like the gift shop and like the science museum and stuff, that was the first time I realized it was an issue.
Yeah.
There was a basket of fake ones, and I couldn't go near it. And they're like, they're toys, and I'm like, they could come to life. I don't even trust a dead snake. They could come to life.
That's too much. Yeah. So yeah, we're full on Halloween, but 6 days from now.
Yeah, I'm. We got some Halloween voices breaking. It's been a rough week.
Yeah, I guess so. And I didn't have Red Bull to offer you.
Oh, that's fine. I should have prepared.
Yes, you should have. Yeah.
Yeah. So these we're working on a new studio, and it's gonna be stocked with caffeine and an espresso maker. So, because I need caffeine to just function. So
Yeah.
it's probably an issue. Maybe I should cut back instead of.
Yeah. Probably the time to throttle back rather than throttle down.
Yeah.
But
When you need a substance to help you through the day.
Usually a sign.
Okay, so this is productive right
Yeah.
now. We're realizing I have an issue.
Could be worse.
Snakes and caffeine.
There you go.
Um,
Yeah, we'll
so,
put you on the couch at this point. Just like, here you go. Talking through.
So how was your week?
Good week. Lots going on, but nothing, again, we've talked about clinics, so got back at Warrior tonight, and then Providence and Hyde Park and Westboro this weekend. So
You're on tour.
we're on tour, but it's been a lot of fun. There's so many, it's just a lot of fun. The coaches are amazing. Kids are a lot of fun, obviously, but the coaches that volunteer their time is, there's just so many good guys out there that are, helping minor sports. It's cool. So it's fun. So that keeps me busy. And then obviously, lots of sports. I wore my Red Sox hat today. World Series, saw those.
2 wins away.
2 wins away, so they looked pretty good. I was happy to see David Price.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I was happy that he, now if they go on to win it, I don't think,
That all goes away.
that goes away pretty quick now.
Yeah.
Getting a World Series win on top of last week winning, so
Boston fans are like goldfish.
very much
Or
so.
the Boston media is.
More so the media. Yeah, now they, they're ambulance chasers
Yeah.
in all circumstances.
And they still won't be happy.
No, of course not. I mean, there'll still be something to criticize. I don't know who it is right now, but it certainly will be something come 10 days from now when there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Celtics, Bruins, and Pats will all be in heavy. So I think once the Red Sox, it'll be, people are gonna move on pretty quick.
Yeah.
Celtics are a big deal. And Bruins have looked great too.
Oh,
They had a
God,
tough.
that first line is looking pretty.
Yeah, that power play is. Those 3 guys are pretty awesome. So that trip out west is tough. To get a couple points out of it, just even if they lost all 3, but to get overtime points is good. And
Yeah.
and then Ottawa to take care of that, a team they should beat all the time. Now they're back home, so you know, it's everyone. They're in a really good spot now. You know, they should
Yeah.
be able to kind of cruise and get into a rhythm here. So
I would hate being on a team like Ottawa, not the organization, but a team that like right now the whole league is kind of like how the Avalanche was like last year and the year before, where they're like, well, you're for sure going to be in last place. I'm like, I would hate being on a team that's like, we're all professionals here.
yeah, it's a
like
long
anything
season.
can happen.
When guys are, it's point night against you. You know, guys are licking their chops coming in, and we're gonna get 4 or 5 goals tonight.
Those are usually the ones I feel like teams lose, where it's like, okay, here we go, and we lost 4-0 to the Avalanche.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's that typical game that you saw the other night. So it's exactly like they could. Obviously, they're in the NHL. They're all great players, and they'll keep it close. And if they get a couple breaks and go up, they can beat you 3-1. But if it's 1-1 going to the third and they give up a goal in the first couple minutes, it turns into a 4-1, 5-1 game real quick.
Yeah.
You know, that's the psyche of it. And that's the difference between like a good team and a great team, or a bad team and a good team in the NHL is, you know, that game is pretty typical the other night, where the Bruins are the team that feel confident going into the third, and if they had given up a goal early, they still probably would have won 3-2.
Yeah.
But with Ottawa giving up that goal early, they're just in a, you know, they expect to lose, and that can go downhill pretty quick.
Yeah.
And they still have 70 games to play, so it's going to be
Confidence is a huge factor when you're playing that game.
Yeah, and it's not even just individual, it's just how you feel about your organization, how you feel about your teammates, and you don't need everyone to pick you to do well, but you need to have a bend not break attitude that comes from, you know, just being around the guys, and really having a belief that you can win every night. And it's hard to get that, and it's, you know, chicken or the egg, you know, debate, but you need to have those big name players at the top that lead you, like Achara, Bergeron,
Yeah.
Marchand, Pasternak, Tuukka. So the Bruins have that, and you know, they're going to be in tough come playoff time, but up until then, I can't imagine them, you know, not being one of the top 3 teams in their division.
Yeah. I feel like, not to jinx it, but last year I had a good feeling about the team before last season. And then last season, there was like such a turnover, and all the young kids that were coming in, like, I felt like most of the team was under 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the season started, people kept asking me, like, what do you think? And I was like, well, it's a lot of inexperience. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And then they came in and looked like they had been in the NHL.
Yeah.
And now they have that talent with a year of experience.
Yeah.
And they're showing it. And it's like Donato and McAvoy, and they're just 1 year better. And they looked, I mean, Tampa was definitely the better team.
Yeah.
And
They were.
I went to one of their practices at Warrior. They're large men.
yeah, that Hedman's a big boy.
Oh my God, I walked past him on the sidewalk after practice,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not Chara, but he rivals that size.
I wouldn't want to anger him.
No. Big fella. Big Norwegian, big Swedish, Scandinavian, throwing people around.
I was like, geez, I didn't know a back could have that many muscles. Kevin Miller's another one like that. Like, I feel like there's some guys in the locker room that I'm like, you're built like me. How?
Yeah. No,
and then there's other ones where I'm like, oh, you could snap me in half if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's right. No, yeah, there is. There's a big discrepancy in the room and the size, and it doesn't always translate on the ice either. Some guys can look real skinny on the ice that are large humans, and vice versa. So, but yeah, those guys are big. Those, you know, if they look kind of big on the ice,
Yeah.
they're large humans in the dressing room, on the street, no question.
All natural?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really pay to, you know, like, get bigger in the NHL anymore. I mean, it certainly wasn't all natural in '99 and 2000 and '98 when guys were, you know, that big corner weight that guys had. There was guys that would show up, you know, after a summer
your head is bigger.
How did that happen? You know, like the cream and the whole thing. Like that was definitely a thing. Not prevalent, not like baseball where, you know, it was out in the open and, you know, Jose Canseco could write a book about it.
Yeah.
You couldn't write a book about it, but it was certainly, you know, you could 1 and 1 equals 2.
Yeah.
You know, with a lot of guys back then. But it was important, you know, especially I mean, when we used to have tough guys, you know, like there was goons that just went and fought each other, and they were always keeping each other in check with, you know, bigger, better, stronger. So those guys, without question.
There's some guys that like I'm friends with, but I still won't bring it up and be like, all right, was it juice? Was it juice?
Yeah. No, there was. I mean, it was. There weren't too many. You couldn't call anyone out on it, but everyone, you know, it was a wink and a nod, you know.
I wouldn't call Chris Simon out on it. But
No.
He seemed like he had some roid rage.
Yes, they were angry people on top of the fact they were 250 jacked, you know, and strong and fast and big. But so yeah, no question. In '99, 2000, there was a much higher percentage than there is now.
Yeah.
Now it's all speed, quickness. You know, I'm sure there's guys that are on the edge when they get injured, or, you know, you look at what Edelman, you know, there's things that help you get better faster and recover. So,
but do you think steroids would even help, like the way they say it's like cheating, but even in baseball, you still need to have hand-eye coordination to hit the ball. But like hockey is like so much precision, like.
No, but it helps recovery. It helps, you know, if you're strong, if you're 100% every game, and everyone else, you know, goes to 100 to, you know, mid-season they're only 95%.
Yeah.
You're getting a 5%.
But when they say performance-enhancing drugs now, it could be like
no, it's HGH or it's not anabolic steroids.
Like
sticking a needle.
Schmidt or
Yeah,
he just probably bought some from GNC.
Yes,
like,
that's how. If guys are getting caught, that's how they're getting caught. You know, because I'm not 100%, but I'm 99% that NHL is still not testing HGH, that's the big one. That's the big recovery. That's the thing you take if you get injured.
Yeah.
You know, that's the fountain of youth.
Yeah. Because guys do come back really quick. Where I'm like, you snapped your femur. And
Yeah. But yeah, like a Nate Schmidt thing is, he and I mean, there's lists in the NHL, the trainers, everyone. You're supposed to order all that stuff through the NHL. If it has the NHL stamp, then that's your like get out of jail if something does come up if you're taking that. But if you go to GNC, a lot of that stuff's all mixed in the same bin as, you know, Power Max 5000. You know, what the guy's like 500 pounds on the front of it. You know, that stuff you can't take, you know.
Well, I don't want to be Arnold, but
yeah, that's right. You can't just go into GNC and take that stuff. If WADA's testing you, they're going to get you. But so yeah, that's just a kind of a bonehead move.
Is that kind of like stuff that they educate you on in the NHL where, like, I know they have like nutritionists now, where back in the day, like Jerry Cheevers, I think, or Wayne Cashman said that they were being healthy, so they started drinking light beer and cut back to like 1 pack a day.
Yeah. And then 2 days before camp, they drive around in their station wagons with the windows up and a garbage bag on, you know, to sweat all day long. You know, that was their pre-training camp workout.
So those are
gone.
Yeah, but nowadays, I forget who it was that they said something on the radio about having, it might have been Tim Thomas. He said something about like his practice day routine. He's like, usually I stop by, get a coffee, donut. Oh my God. Please don't repeat that. I'm like, really? You can't have a donut?
That sounds right. No, donuts aren't really that good for your fuel when you're going out to practice. And work out. You know, you should probably, and nowadays guys have the shakes and the green, you know, you go get a green smoothie or whatever it is, but
avocado ice cream.
Avocado toast, avocado ice cream. Yeah, that's right. That is better.
I like avocado toast. I didn't know what an avocado was until I met my wife.
Yeah.
And then
now you're hooked.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's good. So that offsets your Red Bull in the morning.
Yeah, I did. From May to June, I did this diet called, not a diet, but it's like a cleansing thing.
Yeah.
And it's called the Whole30. Have you ever heard of it?
Okay.
And like you cut out sugar, caffeine, dairy, beans, and I think rice, or they're not in the same family. I don't know. I'm not that educated on it.
Yeah.
I just listened to what I was supposed to eat.
Yes.
And I feel like I was just constantly hungry.
Yeah.
It was just like I'd eat and I'd be like pissed off, like when the hell do I get to eat again?
Yeah.
But I felt awake all day.
Yeah, and after 3 days, you can trick your body tricks itself a little bit.
Yeah.
You start. It's fun. Like I'll do the same. I'll do like a 5-day cleanse of just juices. So
only juice.
Yeah, like so I'll like all the kale, like blend everything up. So I'll have like 5 smoothies a day. Like no sugar, none of that stuff. I'll do it I'll try and do it once a month just to because I feel like it allows me to
You don't get sluggish.
Not worry about it. No, not at all. And after 2 days, you almost get used to being hungry. Like it's almost makes you feel good.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
It's a weird thing. I don't know if you read Steve Jobs' book. He would do he was mental, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Super.
No sane person is coming up with the iPod.
Exactly. He's super out, ADD or whatever you want to call it. And he would in the book it would talk about him starving himself for weeks, and he would do it to get almost a high of
That's a little crazy.
It's a little crazy, but you do get a little bit of that feeling after 2 or 3 days of not eating or not eating sugar and everything else, where your body kind of gets used to it and feels good.
I was craving it so bad, and the Whole30 gives you a calendar too, so when certain waves are coming. The first day it's kind of what the hell am I doing? And then by the 5th day you're oh, I can do this. And then probably by the 12th day there's a week where you just want to kill everything. I had that the whole time.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to kill everything the whole time, but I wasn't crashing in the middle of the day. I was this is working.
Yeah.
I'm irritated, but
it does work. It does work. I have a hard time bread and cheese, to not be able to eat. That's what I would do anything for a grilled cheese.
I didn't know how much I liked bread until I was not allowed to have it.
Yeah,
we walked by the bread aisle in the supermarket, and all of a sudden I could smell it.
Yeah.
I was like, do I smell bread?
Yeah. No, those things, bread and cheese are huge sensory things in your brain apparently, where it's it's in your the part of your brain where you would be addicted to anything else.
Yeah, I could do without the cheese. It took me a long time to even eat cheese.
Oh, okay, so you're good on that.
Yeah. I've been eating cheese for about 5 years, 6 years now.
Yeah.
When I was when I was younger, I would take it off my pizza and everything.
Oh, really?
I just couldn't get it through my head that it's a food product, but I kept thinking, this is just bad milk.
Yeah.
It's just curdled milk. And
perfect. There you go.
So bad.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
But I mean, my diet's I just constantly eat pizza now, so my cheese intake is pretty
gone up. Making up for the lost time.
Doesn't help when I tell people I hate tomatoes and I hate cheese, and they're so you eat pizza? It doesn't taste like a tomato though. Ketchup? Don't.
Got it.
Those are the same people that are oh, you don't like snakes?
Yeah,
I know they're not slimy, right? That's the reason.
That's not helping right now.
I don't like it because they make their house with their face. They dig it in the ground with their face. They hunt with their face. I don't trust that.
They do.
Oh, man.
Technically, we do though.
Yeah.
Well, we don't hunt. Yes,
yeah.
Fair. We have tools.
Yeah, we have hands and we bring it to our face.
Thumbs.
Yeah. We don't go.
Fair enough.
Into the ground with our face.
That's right.
I mean, so don't rodents, but maybe that's why people don't like rodents.
Yeah, no, I'd rather. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of them.
Anything with quick movements.
Nah. Yeah, they're out there, but
Yeah.
I'm not going looking for them either. Even my little guy, my twins will they have no problem frogs, fish, they'll just grab it. They don't even ask questions or thoughts. Right? I'm not like that.
No.
I don't really love taking a fish off a hook or Like, and it's again, there's no reason. It's just I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to. Maybe it's a kid thing because I would have no problem holding a fish or a frog or something.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, don't put it near me, please.
Oh, it's a weird thing. I don't know.
I haven't even really been fishing as an adult. I used to fish every single day because I grew up near a lake.
Okay.
And well, a little bit was when you turn like 17 or 18, you got to get a fishing license, and I was like, well, no, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, once I realized like, oh, they're suffocating when I'm keeping them. I'm like, oh, it's making me hard to breathe.
Yeah. Leave them in the water.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna eat it, and then it's okay.
Like, I don't even like getting poked by that hook. I'm stabbing it in their face and pulling them across their neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. What the?
But yeah, so I wrote down fan questions this time.
Yeah, let's get to it.
And
let's read them.
Well, we're still growing them.
We appreciate the real fan questions.
We do.
Although we might have to like pull out the list of like the comments.
The ones that
just to like
if
they put their time in to look and check it, and maybe give them a little love for the the ones as you can imagine questions that are on the comment board. Oh, look at that list! I like it. All right.
Let's see if I can read my own handwriting.
Yeah. Good luck.
And you got the Blue Jay crew on today. Did you get one of every color? Or?
What's that? Blue Jay crew.
Your sweater.
Oh yeah. So no, this is this might be
great.
Yeah, I have a great one. I don't know what I have, but yeah, you're right. I enjoy the sweater this time of year because then I can just run out the house.
Yeah.
I don't like putting a jacket on.
Me either. I don't like a heavy jacket.
Yeah.
Especially like during the winter, Christmas time.
Yeah.
I'll walk in. I'll deal with the cold until I get to the building.
Yeah.
Because once you're wandering around Macy's.
Yeah. Oh boy,
I'm not carrying
you cannot wear a jacket into the mall at Christmas time. No, that's the worst.
And then I end up carrying it anyway because my wife is like, no, I'm gonna wear
Yeah, well,
mine.
you get hers. Yes, that's right.
This.
Yeah, there you go. Because there should be like a Coach shopping cart for the mall.
Should be. Or you open it's called the coat rack.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's actually.
They probably actually have a coat check, at least at like a Natick Mall or something.
I was gonna say at the Natick Mall
they have a coat
They
check.
have valet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, but that's still, I'd rather have my coat. I don't want to wait in line because the mall's already nuts. I don't want to coat check it, but I would like somewhere to like carry it or push it or something.
I don't even like coat checking. There was a few comedy clubs where there was coat check, and I was like, no, I'll bring it to the green room, please. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I coat checked maybe once or twice, and that was it in the bar scene. Because I mean, how many coats got stolen out of that place on a nightly basis?
Oh,
At least 5% of them.
Like if you're drunk enough and you see a nice coat,
You're just pulling it off the rack. The guy who was working coat check would go to the washroom and sleeve it. Yeah, I could care less. He took one jacket a night for sure.
Oh, definitely.
What a racket.
Selling them on
eBay for sure.
Anyways. I was buying them on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's some nice jackets in the NHL though.
Yeah, guys would lose them all the time at coat check too.
Really?
Oh man.
I would take Marshy's jacket in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, big fur one. Yeah, no, guys that was the funniest thing. I remember my one buddy in Vancouver lost his jacket. He bought it like that day in Vancouver. And he was pretty. No, it wasn't. It was someone else. Someone else on a road trip in an establishment. And to this day, we still laugh about it. Like, I still ask him to this day if he's found his jacket when I see him. 3 times a year.
Is he super pissed about it?
Yeah, he still is. Like, he still cannot believe that happened. He spent a lot of money on a jacket and he lost it that night at the bar.
That's something that would happen to me.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
oh man,
I'm wearing this out in Boston.
That was the funniest thing. It makes me laugh.
So, we don't really have a name for this segment, do we? We have the...
Fan questions?
Yeah, you gotta start thinking of your word of the day.
Yeah, I don't have it either. I just forgot about it, so
I'll pick it out for you.
Yeah, you do this thing.
So this is, we're just calling it fan questions right now. We'll have to write a song or something.
Yeah, a jingle.
Yeah. So the first one, we screened a few before we started recording. This one was from Instagram. What's the word? I'm assuming it's for you, because why would they ask me this? Worst injury you ever got or you ever saw happen?
Oh, the worst I saw. I mean, you see a lot of kind of ugly ones or random like fingers and things like that. But the
Colton Orr, that was a bad one.
yeah, those are gross. Like, you know. But the worst I saw, and God bless him. So Carlos Grasson, the guy I played with in Dallas, was one of the toughest people I had played with, and not tough like fight, but would take a shot in the mouth, like just blocked everything. He was actually on the plane that crashed in Russia. He was on that team, Carlos Grasson. So I played. Actually, that was a bad day. So unfortunately he passed away, but he got hit in the groin region in Dallas, blocked a shot, and it exploded. Like, not exploded, but swollen. Like, it was crazy.
Like a softball?
Like a softball. And he was okay. Like, again, he didn't feel pain. Like, this guy, it was incredible. Like, Scratch didn't feel pain. Like, he just came in and was, like, laughing about it.
Was he Russian?
No, he's from Latvia.
Oh.
So, Eastern European.
Oh, okay.
Which
I
is
say those Russians, I don't think they do feel pain.
Yeah, no, not all of them. So Scratch was one of my favorite people ever. And it was like it was gross, but it was just so funny because it was him, you know. He was like one of the guys you could laugh about. So that was a bad one. And then I got hit with to this day, like I remember it really vividly. And it really probably wasn't the worst thing, but I got hit with a Martin LaPointe slap shot from like 8 feet away in the collarbone. And that still it's just something I remember when I'm asked about injuries. You know, I had some ankles and stuff that really hurt and like took me out of business for a while, but this shot I took in the collarbone,
was it a stinger?
It was a bad time. Like, everyone was kind of mad, and Marty was really mad that day, and he literally hit it as hard as he could.
Oh, is this when he was on the Bruins?
Yeah, This was in practice.
I was thinking of him on like the Red Wings.
No. Injury, like, shots in the game didn't hurt. Like, they would hurt the next day, but you had enough adrenaline. It was like when you get hit at 10 in the morning, you know, in a cold arena that you're not really warmed up for. Yeah, you're still waking up, and so that was the worst. And I remember it, and everyone was mad. It was like I couldn't even like go down because you couldn't stop practice because we had lost a few in a row. Our coach got fired. Like, it was
Robbie Fedora?
Yeah, Robbie got fired in Phoenix. So this happened in Arizona that afternoon. So it was like, you know, those aren't fun times to be on the ice.
I forgot that. You were on the Robbie Fedora.
Yeah, I was there. I was called up at that point. Like, I was there for that last half of the year. And yeah, I got hit so hard. Oh, it hurt.
That one crushed me as a kid. I liked him as a coach.
Yeah, he was a great coach.
A fan, and then...
Yeah. He was awesome for the young guys, so he was awesome for me. So yeah, it was... but then Mike Sullivan went up, and so that was like kind of the time that's like kind of when I made it, when I was actually got hit with that puck. But yeah, it hurt. Still hurts.
Oh man.
So
in practice, I would think it would be Brian Ralston. He had a nice slap.
Yeah, he could let it fly for sure. He was pretty good about wasn't like a moody guy. He was always in a good mood, so he would just, he was pretty good about wristing it in.
So we're saying Marty LaPointe's a moody guy.
Yeah, at times. Yeah, he was all business. I mean, you don't have a career like he did without being all business. Yeah. Especially when guys are getting fired. He was angry that day, like an old man sending soup back in the deli.
So I'll just let you answer that one. I have a few injuries, but they're not hockey related.
Oh yeah.
Every injury I've had has not, like, I played hockey from like kindergarten up until when I was done with varsity. Never really got hurt other than my first like captain's practice in high school. It was a nice like welcome to like the next level of kid hockey, where it's kind of like a little bit, it's like half kids, half men. And
that's when the worst are.
My shin pad moved over.
There you go, take two.
Yeah, take two. All right, and we're back. So it was probably just a little weird fade, and the camera angle changed, but we're back.
We had a technical issue.
Yeah, so that was your worst injury.
Yes.
So, next fan question. Oh, who is your? We were just talking about Robbie Fedora.
There you go.
Who was your favorite coach you ever played for? And I'm guessing that could be minors.
Yeah, I mean, Robbie's a great coach. It's funny, like, as I get away, I kind of forget some coaches. But it's cool that I had Mike Keenan and Pat Burns as coaches, both Hall of Fame guys. So those are cool. Not necessarily my favorite, but probably my favorite time was in Vancouver. My favorite coaching staff was Elaine Vigneault, Rick Bowness, out there. They were awesome. Great coaches, great people. Treated me with a lot of respect. So I always go back to those guys. That was kind of my favorite time. That's probably had the best relationship with coaches at that time. So I go with those guys. Yeah, nice. AB and Rick Bowness.
And then he's in New York, or he just got
He was in New York, yeah. He just left New York. So he's probably waiting for a good position.
Waiting for someone else to...
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a guy that he's like he's a coach you win with. He's not a guy you're gonna.
He brought the Canucks to the
put a bunch of
finals.
Yeah, no, we had good teams. And it was a lot. They had a big part of that. So yeah, he'll show up on a team that's should be a good team that's struggling a little, and he'll make them better.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So that one was also for you. No one wants to ask me questions.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either. Oh, this one I guess would be for both of us. What would you do if you won the Powerball or the Megabucks? The lottery.
Megabucks. You go first. What would you do with your Megabucks?
First one, wouldn't tell anyone.
Certainly.
Even though I know you're supposed to like get that almost makes me not want to win. Like where you gotta get your picture taken and. Like,
oh no, you can go anonymous.
You can?
Yeah.
Someone told me that's like part of the deal is that you need to.
You can go anonymous for a certain amount of time, anyways. You can. I mean, you might have to like at some point someone will find out, but I'm pretty sure you can stay anonymous as long as you need to.
Oh, okay. Well,
at least especially if it's $1 billion, like they would understand if you don't want to be known.
Yeah. Well, I would tell I'd tell like my family. I'd tell you because I'd be like, I'm full time doing this podcast. That's probably what I would do. Is I would just dedicate all my time to podcasting and sitting in whatever new house I buy.
There you go. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, I would buy things. I would certainly buy a house like in a different country, and but I wouldn't change like this life that I have right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't, move somewhere into a bigger place. Like everything's pretty good that way. It would just probably be nicer vacations, random one-offs where you just like, you know what, let's do it. Let's just go.
Freedom.
Yeah, it's just freedom. That's all it is. It wouldn't be. There's no.
I would not buy like a Ferrari or.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out and buy 5 Ferraris or buy a house with 8 garages or anything like that. I would just buy. And I would spread the love in a big way too. That'd be a lot.
Oh yeah, me too.
It would be a lot of fun to give everybody I know $1 million.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I think it would be fun to also, especially with $1 billion. I don't know what the going price of an NHL team is, but I think it would be fun to own a team.
It would be. I think it would be more fun to. It would be more fun to buy like a minor league team.
Yeah, because they have better names.
There's not as much like pressure or politics or.
Yeah. So you're not on the level of like Robert Kraft.
Yeah, where that kind of stuff you have to be like political. Like you can't like have fun with your life. Like you have to like really. You're like. But if you are literally like the president, and the president's calling you. Like you're that kind of stature where. I wouldn't enjoy that as much.
But if you owned the Charlotte Checkers...
That's right. No, that's fun. You have your team, you get to go behind, you get to go and like...
Get to have a cookout.
Do whatever you want. Yeah, you get to make decisions and put people in place, and you can put your buddies in charge. And that's the thing too. I would like invest in a few things in a big enough stake where I could like put all my buddies in charge. Yeah. And like we could run something fun. Yeah. And we would do a good job at it. Yeah. And like you could give all your friends jobs that pay really well and all have a really good time and like do something cool.
Yeah. I think that's what I would do is do something like that where I'd be able to be around my people more and then just be able to do stuff like podcast whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
Be able to breathe.
Yeah,
So
and
not
then you
like-
give like, then you give like $100 million to a few cool charities and get to be a part of that and
yeah.
make
Oh,
decisions
that's-
for that and like who gets help and like that. So you could go through it pretty quick,
Yeah.
obviously, but yeah, it wouldn't be lifestyle changes. It would be more a matter of finding cool things to do.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of freedom.
Yeah, with the charities thing, I'd probably end up giving a lot of money to kids and animals.
There you go. Yeah, those are pretty good causes.
Yeah, that's I think a lot of people's sweet spot. But
Yeah, of course.
So the next one, I don't really have an answer for this. But favorite Halloween candy. My favorite candy is just Reese's, or Reese's if you're one of those people. But yeah, that's just like my favorite year round. I was never like a candy person though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't go nuts. I'd probably be pretty standard too. I mean, I'll like a good Starburst every once in a while. Not really the best thing for your teeth. Or just a standard. The little Snickers are good. Little Kit Kats. Probably little Kit Kats. I don't like a big Kit Kat bar, but I like the little ones.
I like the big one.
So I like the little ones. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because they're one hitters. But yeah. So yeah, I'm not. I don't go off the board too much. I'm pretty standard. Snickers, Kit Kat, Starburst. But again, not a huge sweet tooth guy. I wouldn't eat my whole bag of Halloween candy.
You know what? I would never really eat any of it because I hated biting into a piece of candy that tasted like someone else's house.
Oh.
Like there was a few where I'm like, oh yeah, that came from the White House.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
This one tastes like it smells like smoke.
Oh, no, yeah, that's gross. That turns my stomach.
It was, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, it's coming next week, and I'm gonna have that. I do want to eat some of the kids' candy, and it's gonna be in my head now. Like that's my snake right there. There you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then this is the one that I asked you before, and you said that that's a real fan right there.
Yes.
And I actually...
I'll preface this question already because I know it, and I appreciate the question and the in-depth and the fact that you're still paying attention.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
Shout out Tim Buckley.
There you go.
I know, that's why I gave him a shout out.
Gotcha. Okay.
But why was Toivonen, Hannu Toivonen,
Hannu.
drafted by the Bruins?
He was drafted.
Yeah. Why was he slated to be number one over you without proving himself first and then getting injured? I wrote it down wrong. Apparently he got injured in the preseason, and I don't remember this, but basically their question is why the hell were they
so high on Hannu Toivonen?
Yeah.
So he was
respecting you. Like.
He was a first round pick, which always the people in charge need to prove their worth with first round picks. You can lose a job not getting first round picks correct. So those guys always get the benefit of the doubt. And nowadays guys come in and play right away. There's less nuance to it, but especially back in the early 2000s, it was more throwing darts at the board, and guys got first round picks wrong.
Yeah.
And that would cost people jobs. So if you're a first round pick back then, you got a lot of opportunities. Hannu was a big guy, good goalie, flexible, had a good year in the minors. So that, it wasn't completely unproven, but they were certainly very high on him, the people in charge. And they thought he was going to be great. Unfortunately for Hannu, he got injured often. Just the way he played is he had a big body.
Yeah.
I think his joints kind of broke down on him, but he ended up playing pretty long over in Europe and kicking around, but never really lived to that first round potential that he had early on.
I feel like it's tough because
he was a good guy.
A lot of pressure on goalies because when you're out there, you're the only one playing that position, and if you make a mistake, everybody knows.
Yeah, and there's pressure too when there's not a lot of jobs. You can't really change your role and be, go from a scorer to a penalty killer or a fourth line guy. you're a goalie. So there's 2 spots on every team. There's 4 spots in every organization that are worth having, and so there's just not a lot of jobs. So that's where a lot of the pressure comes, is the timing and the things falling into place. And if you're a first round pick, they expect you to make it, but if for whatever reason the next 4 or 5 years that team doesn't need a goalie, then you don't make it. Yeah. It's pretty simple. It's a math thing. So yeah,
you get drafted by the Devils in that Martin Brodeur range.
Yeah, so whoever the guy is that got drafted, before Martin Brodeur was like amazing. Before the year after Martin Brodeur got drafted, he was probably really good too. Yeah, but it's just no one knows what that guy's name is. Like, you'd have to go in the archives. And I bet New Jersey did draft a guy after Martin Brodeur pretty soon.
Yeah, probably never made it. If he ever goes down.
Like, I know they drafted a guy, Ari Ahonen was his name, another Finn, probably my year or the year after, in the first round, to be like the guy after Marty.
The one that he would
groom, or at least become a minor, a good backup or a good guy. And then Marty was certainly not ready to give up the throne at that point, in hindsight. But it's kind of like a Jimmy Garoppolo thing or something to compare, where Tom Brady, Martin Brodeur got rid of the guy, but he never made it. He was a first round pick. If he had got drafted to any other team, it could be a different story altogether.
So there's a lot of
there's tons of those guys.
There's tons of politics behind first round draft.
A little bit more politics with the first rounder. At the end of the day, it comes down to performance. It's still pro hockey, pro sports, but no, there certainly is politics when it comes to draft picks and who gets chances. They can say it's an open field, but it never is a completely open field like everything else.
So I guess it's just it might rub fans the wrong way, where it's this is our guy, and then during the off season you're like, hey, we got a new number 1.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of that where you really have to read between the lines, because there's a lot of decisions that get made, and they'll say, and it's open to anyone, but there's always someone who's a front runner.
I feel like they did that to Tim Thomas a lot, where I was like, he is the number 1, and
is that going to go on?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man,
that's hilarious.
That's my fault.
You want to get it?
No. It's spam.
Is it?
For sure.
90% of calls are spam now.
Yeah, we don't have our phones. No one knows my phone number, basically, or no one calls it. Everyone would text my phone, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm at home. I'll call you on the house.
That's what you did to me last week.
That's what I did last week. That's what I did anyway.
I saw your town show up, and I was like, this might be a landline.
Yeah.
So I was worried someone was kidnapped or.
Yeah, I'm the only one that uses a landline because our house has no cell service, essentially. So we're talking over the phone for one more second. Probably should be one more ring, and we can get back to the questions.
We got it down to.
You've
reached.
No, I thought
it's longer.
It is long. It shouldn't be my wife. She's the one who calls.
There we go. Change the tape on the.
We're done.
Answering machines don't have tape anymore.
No, they don't. I don't think we have that answering machine lined up. I wouldn't know how to check the messages.
Oh, well. Hopefully everybody's okay. We're almost done here.
We're good,
But yeah, I just felt like Tim Thomas kind of got that with.
Yeah, I mean, him and Tuukka went back and forth, and then they had
Tuukka's
Manny Fernandez was here after Tim. They brought him in to be a guy too, and those guys were really good together too. But yeah, no, and I mean the same thing with Tuukka. He's a first round pick, and they traded for him, and they needed him. And he was obviously really good too.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it happens. There's all kinds of stuff going on behind doors when it comes to some prospects. So.
Well. There you go. It's all politics.
Yeah. Like everything. The whole world's rigged.
So, we are still jumping around a little bit, but
yeah, we're getting there, right?
Yeah, I like this setup. You got your Halloween tree.
Yeah, it works for me. I didn't have to go anywhere, so thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. I'm gonna do a soft opening on Twitter. I want to see. I'm going to. Twitter, Instagram, I'm not going to write anything, or I just want to see. So it's at Andrew Raycroft, real simple.
How'd you get the...
No, it's still available, I guess.
Oh, I was maybe they got kicked off. There's a few fake ones out there.
That's just straight Andrew Raycroft, or...
Or Andrew Raycroft 1.
Yeah, yeah.
30.
Yeah, so I got at Andrew Raycroft, capital A, capital R.
Oh, okay.
So if you want, I'm gonna see if anyone's like actually gonna follow or anyone's gonna actually trash me. And
no one's gonna trash you.
No one's gonna trash me.
No.
And I don't mind getting trashed a little bit. I want to get feedback on podcasts and like TV and like how I can do better. But so yes, it's a soft grand opening. I'm gonna reach out to my friends who have a lot of followers on Twitter at some point and make it a thing. But this is the first time that anyone knows that I have Twitter right now. Obviously, your face is. I surprised you too. So I did sign up. So
now I don't use Twitter that much, but I'm gonna go to the app as soon as we're done.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Go to the app. Instagram is probably somewhere where I'll spend a little more time. I can take pictures of cool things.
Yeah, that one's more fun. That
and
one's
like
more
clinics I'm doing and things like that, so you guys can see exactly what these look like and how much fun they are.
And they're both at Andrew Raycroft.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah. I'm out there a little bit.
Okay.
We'll try and make it official by 2019.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So we will see you next week.
Beautiful.
And you'll probably have more followers.
Yeah. And hopefully we have a World Series parade. That'd be fun to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Because those are always funny.
It's funny that we talk about it like they're always fun.
Yeah. That's right. There's so many of them. There literally could be 3 of them this year.
Yeah, that we know what they're like.
Yeah, man, it's funny.
So yeah, and we don't know where we're gonna be next week.
No.
We'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
All right. See you.
Thanks.